Oops. No, no, no. Too light for over there. And I'm going to destroy that edge because, as I said, I think that that would be more a problem of subsequent stages of the picture's development than right now. If you think of the simple steps, just like walking 1,000 miles, you got to do it a step at a time. You can't make it one great big giant step. But it's sometimes kind of hard to find a beginning. But a beginning in painting is always the arrangement of the values that are contrasting each other to make the shapes. Yes, it looks as though these grapes are a very light color, and we think of them as light. But in this situation, they are darker than the crock. Very often, preconceived ideas of what we think the object is like robs us of a chance to record it as we see it at that particular time. Yes, the liquid in here shows up to be darker. The apple shows up dark on that side, plus its cast shadow. There's a shadow here where this bunch of grapes recede back. There's a cast shadow from the grapes over here. This apple records light because it's in the dark situation of the cast shadow from the jug. I do my underpainting in acrylic because it's fast drying. It also covers much more substantially than oil. The old masters used tempera for their underpaintings. Acrylic in the 20th century is the substitute or the replacement of tempera. So many people who have seen me demonstrate are shocked at the fact that I start this way. So many people think that color is what builds a picture. Of those 6 components that I talked about before, color is the one that is inconsequential. It decorates. It does make a picture look luminous, but it does not really show the drawing, and it doesn't show the dimension. The tones do. And the contrasts of values also determine a picture's composition, the all-important composition. And again, I have cast shadows here from these. Try to initiate this very broadly. Not any detail. After all, detail is the development of a larger mass. So I put the larger masses in first and refine it. But I would say that everyone is kind of stuck with his own paint writing, like we're stuck with our own handwriting. Some people are very neat, and some people are maybe have a tendency to make a looser interpretation. It's a matter of thinking of what's important at that particular time. And to me, this picture's overall composition and its placement on the canvas is more important than anything else. I can develop all the anything else's. in the next stages. Because I have to see how it looks. Then if I see how it looks and I think it looks all right, I can go back and fix it up a little. Maybe lighten this. I want to have a chance to make a beautiful outline of the bottle, so maybe I'll take away that. In the beginning, I like to keep all these shapes very vague. 'Cause after all, it's just a foundation. I always call an underpainting like a foundation garment. Makes you look better in the end. And surely a smaller brush would be the handier implement to zero in on this object's shape. This has to have a little indication of its stem end. This is such a complication over here where this lemon is sliced. For me to have a lot of activity in my underpainting now almost would be a hindrance rather than a help. So I think I'm going to decide to take it out and put more of the copper pot in and make believe it's not hard, it's just hardly there. Painting is just a matter of figuring out a way to make it easy. So you can see that I can, now that I know the size that the whole bunch is going to be, I can then divide the bunch into grapes. Because before I couldn't think of the bunch and the grapes at the same time. This is also a beautiful section that I want to do as well as possible, where the grapes are going to encounter the jug. And so I'm going to not have that shape in it all, so that I can move those up against the jug. Now this tonal evaluation of the arrangement and the subjects of the arrangement could also be done in oil, in thin washes of, let's say, burnt umber for where you see it dark and leave the light canvas wherever you see it light. I like this way of this approach because it substantiates my color. 2 coats are always better than 1, especially when you're working in oil, because oil paint is not as masculine a medium as many people think.